Hi guys, welcome back to my video. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this trending style. Here I have 1.5 years of plain, the black one I have 1.5 there, and the plain and the pattern I have also 1.5. So I folded my fabric into two and I marked my starting point. So after that, the next thing is to take my measurement. I marked from my shoulder to bust point. I marked shoulder to waist, and then from shoulder to hip line, which I used 27. From that bust point I went up with 2 inch, that's for my chest line. I connect the lines. So there, now I divide my shoulder by 2, then mark it there. For my neck width I use 3.5 and also 3.5 for my neck depth. This for the front. So I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I connect the line to my neck. So at that chest line, I'll still put in down my shoulder divide by 2 there in order to have an equal line. Then I'll connect the two lines together. That is my armhole line. Divide your armhole line by 2. Then go in by 1/2 inch. So just connect the line. Just curve it to your armhole line. Now you go, I went in by, for my dart, I went in by 4.5 inch at the waist, and I also did the same thing at the bust. So I'll just connect the lines together. From that waist down, I marked 4 inch. Then connect it together. From that, at that waist part, I went in by 0.75 at the both sides. Then came down by 7.5 also from the bust point. So I'll just connect the lines together. I divide my bust into 4 and I marked what I have there. Also divide my waist too by 4. I did the same thing also at the hip part. I'll measure what I have at that there, and I will return it, like add it to there. So after that, you add your allowance. I added 2 inch allowance at the balls, the same thing at the waist and the hip. connect the lines and then cut it out. So after cutting it out, the open at the chest side 0.75 at that neck, just as you can see, and I connect the lines at that chest line. I just went down by 0.5 and then connect the lines together, just as you can see now. So after cutting it out, I'll use this front to cut out the back part. This is what I will use for the back also. I'll place the front on top of it, just arrange it very well, and you give a 2-inch gap for the zip allowance. At the waist, I went in by 0.75 at that zipper allowance. So you just mark your 0.75. You can use a 0.5. So I'll just trying to measure my neck in order to confirm where my zip will start. So just as you can see now, I just marked my neck. I just marked my zipper allowance there. I went down by 1 inch for the neck. I went down by 1.5 for my neck depth, and I connect the line. So this 7.5 that I marked, I'm going to connect it to the neck and also to the hip. You can see the way I slanted it. I just slant it out, went just at that waist part. That is where I went in by 7.5. Then I cut it out. This is my waist. So after marking out that waist there, I just have to mark my dart line. This is the back part. Just have to measure my dart at the back. So at the front I used a 0.75, but at the back I'm going to use 0.5 at the both side. I'll just connect the line as you can see. After that, I'll minus 0.5 inch, then cut it out. That is the excess. So I will measure my armhole in order to cut out my sleeve. This is what I'll be using for the back, for the sleeve. So I'll just mark my starting point at the upper part. I just want to confirm if it will be enough for my length. So I'll mark my starting point, then measure the length of my sleeve. I marked the length of my sleeve and I also added extra 3 inch. So I came down by 5 inch, then I just curve it to that 5 inch. From that starting point, I curve it down to the 5 inch. Then what I measured from what I got when I measured my armhole, I marked it at that place. Then connect the lines down. Just as you can see now, when marking it down, I just at the down part, I slanted it out a little bit. Don't forget to notch your center sleeve. After cutting your sleeve down, the next thing, we'll be using this one for the down part. So just fold your fabric. Then you minus what you have from your waist, your shoulder to the waist. The remaining things, the remaining ones, you just cut it out at this pattern. So I minus 27. My full length is 42. So I minus 27 and I mark out the remaining one, which is 18 here, and I cut it out. I cut two out. As I cut it out, two. The two I cut out was for the front and the back. I'll use this to cut out for the neck pipe. So after folding it this way now, I'm going to mark 2 inch to 2 inch. So just connect the lines and then cut it out. So we'll be using this to pipe the neck and that opening at the front. So I'll go ahead and sew the dart, and then that this 2 inch this I cut out, I'll fold it this way, sew it from the back, just as you can see now. I'll sew it round, then top stitch it at the front. So here I'm done sewing it. I sewed it from the back and I top stitch it at the front. Then I went ahead and joined the shoulder. Now I'm going to sew the neck. Just so it, as you can see now, when you get to that opening, you measure 1.5 inch. You just give your space there in order to accommodate the space, that opening at the front. Measure your 1.5 inch. Then you go and sew it. Now we are done sewing it. As you can see now, I top stitch it at the front. The next thing is to join the sleeve. After sewing the sleeve, I just went ahead to hold that zipper part with my pin. So I'll fold my fabric. I'll just arrange my fabric and fold it in order to cut out the shape I want the waist to be, or the hip, what I don't know. So I went up by 4 inch from that hip line. I went up by 4 inch and I connect it. Just mark it out the shape I want it to be, as you can see now. After that, I'll just cut it out. So now I went ahead to gather this the down parts. I used needle and thread, hand needle and thread, and I gathered it. I'll just go on and sew from that hip part. I'll just sew like 3 or 4 inch from that the zipper part. I'll just sew 3 or 4 inch, then join the flare. I'm not joining the gather. The next thing is to shape the bodies. So after arranging your clothes on the table, you divide your bust into two. If you divide your bust into two, you place it the way you can, as you see now, as you can see me placing my tape now. Mark that what you got, like my bust was 39. 39 divided by 2. I marked my what I have there. From there, the remaining thing, just measure what you have remaining, then divide it by 2. I don't know if you understand. So I'll just measure what I have there, and I also transfer it to the other side. I did that to at the both side. So after that, I would sew the sleeve with ½ inch or 0.7. Then I will sew it down to what I marked out, as in the shaping now. The way I'm just connecting this line is what I'm going to shape when I come to the body. I'm done shaping it, and I went ahead to hem the sleeve. I left small opening where I will pass my elastic from. So this is my elastic. I'll just put my pin from there, then pass it from that small opening I left, pass it around. After that, I'll close the space. So this is what we'll have after sewing it. Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.